Hello everyone, this is Really OGF and welcome to Rated W for Warcraft, a place where I'll be talking about one of my favorite games ever. I wanted to create this top 4 as a first video, and yes, it will be a top 4, not a top 5. I am that crazy. That being said, let us go! Number 4, Dragonflights. To be honest, the main reason I like dragonflies is that I just love dragons. Don't get me wrong, the lore around them is amazing, but I sure like me some flying, fire-breathing lizards, or in Warcraft case, frost-breathing or magic-breathing, well, you get the point. The best thing about dragonflies is that no other world within this game but Azeroth has such amazing guardians like these ones. They were proto-drakes, elevated by the Titans in order to protect the world, and they were given domain over powerful forces. The red dragons have dominion over life, the blue dragons have dominion over magic, bronze dragons have dominion over time, and green dragons are really special because they have dominion over the Emerald Dream, which is like a plane of existence where Azeroth is still pristine and pure, absolutely beautiful. And finally, the black dragons have dominion over the earth, and this is why they are called the Earth Wardens. So they aren't just random beasts, they are really powerful entities with a lot of importance and relevance in the story. And you may be wondering which is my favorite dragonflight. Well, that would be the red dragonflight. Mainly because these are the dragons that we see in Warcraft 2, so they are the first dragons to ever appear in the Warcraft universe. And this brings me back to my childhood when I played Warcraft 2 when I was like 7 or 8 years old. Sure, those dragons were green in the game, but it was later confirmed in the novel The Day of the Dragon that it was the red dragonfly, the one that was enslaved by the Dragon Maw clan, thus used by the Horde in order to fight the Alliance. Number 3, the Lich King. And I am talking about the Lich King as a character, not just Arthas, the Lich King as an entity. I mean, that guy is freaking amazing. Ner'zhul was the first Lich King and he used to be an Orc shaman. And the mere fact that he was initially an Orc shaman makes him like 10 times more awesome in my awesomeness meter. Mostly because I play an Orc shaman in World of Warcraft. He was tortured by the demon Kill Jaden for his failures until he was offered with the possibility of redeeming himself with the Legion. Later, he was encased in ice and hurled into Azeroth. He landed in Ice-Crowned Glacier, atop a frozen spire that would be later known as the Frozen Throne. The Lich King can mind control people, and he can whisper to people just like an old god. And speaking of the old gods, he defeated an entire civilization in service of this deity, the Arachnid Nerubians, just by using his psychic and necromantic powers. So he is really powerful. A cool fact: Acolytes in Warcraft 3 have a voice line that says, "My life for Ner'zhul." Let's hear it.
My life for Ner'zhul.
Humans pledging their lives for a guy who used to be an orc? I know, we are talking about the Lich King as an entity, as I said, and he isn't alive, and he isn't Ner'zhul himself anymore, but still, you gotta love the irony. Another cool fact: did you know that the Lich King is the first character in the entire Warcraft games to break free from the Burning Legion's control? He managed to shatter his frozen prison when he forged Frostmourne, and then he threw it miles away for Arthas, his most powerful champion, to find it. And he did this only by using his will power. Yeah, he's that amazing. So I wasn't sure if this one should be number 2 instead of number 3, but other reasons convinced me of giving number 2 to another topic, which is the Old Gods. Man, I can't even talk about the Old Gods without getting the chills. They totally freak me out. In case you didn't know, the Old Gods are directly inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's very own Cthulhu mythos. Just look at the names. Cthulhu, Cthulhu, Yog-Saron, Yog-Sothoth. The city of Nyarlathotep is similar to Nyarlathotep, or however you are supposed to pronunciate these names. The Old Gods can drive you insane just by whispering to you. They got the most powerful figures in Warcraft insane: the Titan Watchers, the Black Dragon Patriarch Neltharion, who was later called Deathwing because of his madness, the Primal Gods, the Wild Gods, and remember the Emerald Dream I spoke about a few moments ago? They're responsible for corrupting it and creating the Emerald Nightmare. which is pretty weak if you ask me, and it isn't emerald at all. It's red, ruby nightmare kind of thing. The Old Gods are also responsible for something called the Curse of Flesh, which turned Azeroth's original inhabitants into, well, fleshy versions of themselves. The first creatures to live on Azeroth were created by the Titans, and they were made of stone. They were supposed to be guarding the world, and the Curse of Flesh really weakened them. But the main reason I like the Old Gods is that their first appearance was back in Warcraft 3 in one of the most epic quests in all of the game. Again, nostalgia all over the place. The way they were introduced to the game is very similar to the Lord of the Rings, just when the Fellowship of the Ring meets the Balrog. You know, a group of dwarves awoken a monstrosity in the deep tunnels of Asjol-Nerub, just like the dwarves of Moria dug up the fiery demon in the Lord of the Rings. Some monstrosities that are a reference to both Lovecraft and Tolkien, two of my favorite authors of all time. That's gotta be enough to make it to number 2 above the Lich King, if you ask me. And for numero uno, Orcs and Humans. My old favorite thing in the Warcraft universe is a simple one. Orcs and Humans. Just as simple as that. Everything related to these guys brings me back to my childhood. You know, again, nostalgia, everything that makes me nostalgic made its way to this top. And in case you didn't know, the first Warcraft game ever was called Warcraft Orcs and Humans. So again, nostalgia all over the place. I just love everything about them. I love the Orcish shamanism in all of its variants. I love the Silver Hand and the Paladins, the first 5 Paladins I really do, even though I do not main Paladins at all. I love the first Alliance, how these 7 human nations banded together in order to defeat a common enemy. I love the Orcish clans and how you're supposed to pass an initiation rite in order to join a clan. You aren't born to a clan and that's it, you have to join it. And I do not want to ramble a lot about them because I would be talking like for hours, but essentially Orcs and Humans embody the entire essence of Warcraft. Two very different and similar races colliding in one massive, colossal war. This has been Rated W for Warcraft. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It's the best way of supporting my work for free. And if you're interested, please visit my Patreon page where you can find a lot of cool and amazing things about my work as a writer and a content creator. I hope to be seeing you soon.